Ah! Did the mic peak yet? Did the beat go off? Nah. Alright. I got up and my heat go off. Alright, so I'm back. I'm back. How am I snapping? I don't know. I'm back. Alright. And I'm here to. What is this accent I'm putting on? Huh? Well, I'm back, and today we're doing some what am I doing? School subject tier list, right? You know, as an expert in things like school, I would, I've taken all these classes. Wait, have I taken all these classes? Yeah, I've taken history, language arts, native art, chemistry. Wait, I say chemistry, social studies, language arts, art, chemistry, computer science. Computer science. What does that be like? Like technology type classes? I've taken computer science, not elementary school, middle school. English, like Spanish, no, because second language nowadays because not English, right? So I haven't taken English non-native then. So I've taken shop, have a shop class, culinary art, taking it, math general, band, mathematics calculus, chorus, mathematics, algebra, drama, economics was physical education, science, physiology, and environmental science. So I've taken probably 90% of these classes. There's like two I'm just like, I haven't taken those in my high school career. All right, let's just get started. Right, first, history / social studies. Social studies is I'm being biased. Okay, I'm sorry. The bias has come out already. History / social studies is a S tier class. Now I don't know what about it is, but learning history is just so therapeutic. It's like having a person teach you, like, oh yeah, so the Romans, was it the Romans who led the wooden horse? I should know this. Who led in the wooden horse? I believe it was the Romans. But they let in the wooden horse. That's all fake though. But like, it's just the stories that you learn. Like, bro, what's one piece of history that I continuously go back to? The fact that this man Genghis Khan was such a black Air Force tier menace that he's throwing dead bodies of the bubonic plague over walls to kill people. Man said, I can't get in. Let's just throw dead people over the walls, and that. It worked magnificent. Wiped out a whole city. That's a different man right there. Next, language arts native. What does that be like? Your U.S. not U.S. history. U.S. No, that's history. It's what's that like? Can't even think of what that could even be. But language arts. Was there different? Yeah. Oh, this is just language arts in general, because there's not another language arts one up here besides second language or English. So just language arts. Language arts is B, right? I know you're probably like, man, language arts is so hold on. For some people, language arts is either A tier or a D tier. There's no in between, right? Because you're either good at language arts, like you're good at grammar and your grammar rules, you're good at your writings. But for other people, they probably suck at being having an imaginary writing, and they probably aren't the best at what's I'm trying to say. They probably aren't the best at fleshing out ideas on paper, right? So it's either a horrible class for you or a good class for you. Me, fortunately, or unfortunately, is flip-flop every year with math, right? Math, language arts, flip-flop for me. So one year I'd be like super duper good at language arts, and I'd be real terrible at math. And next year I'm like the top math student, but I'm like middle of the pack, barely passing with the 80 type, or barely passing with the 80, barely passing with the 80 type language arts type. So I know that the end of the spectrum, like I could be struggling in one class and struggling in one language arts area and being goated in another one. Like I understand it. So it's B tier. Art, well, as a I'm not saying art major, but as a person who is considering taking or going to an art school, art's an S tier class. I only ever had art 2 years. I could have had it 3. I could have had it in middle school, and I could have had it in, like, no, I could have had it in middle school and high school, but I took art, basically, elementary art. And what I can remember from elementary art is I had the most fun. Like, wait, do I even have any? I don't have any of the clay statues that we used to make, because that's, bro, making clay figures is so fun. I used to have this clay zombie. Well, I'm breaking out, but I used to have this brick zombie. They would stand up in my room, and it was the coolest thing I ever made. It looked ugly, but it was my ugly brick zombie. You know what I mean? And art you just take home and feel good about it. Isn't it like you can't hang the quadratic equation on your wall and be like, oh yes, this is my masterful piece of art. No, but in elementary school, even middle school art, even high school art, you could like actually like be creative and like fill out a canvas, take it home and frame it, and it looked good, right? It was just simpler times. Next, chemistry. Chemistry is C tier. I don't understand chemistry. That's probably why it's a C tier for me. I don't think I can understand chemistry to the point I think I should understand chemistry. Because chemistry, it seems easier in retrospect now than when I was taking it. All right, now you were to throw a balancing equations in front of me, I could probably balance it pretty decently, depending on what it is. Like you throw like some like 6-step balancing equation, I may not do it, but just like 2 to 3 step, yeah, I could probably do that. Because it's easier now than when I was taking it for some reason, and when I was taking it, I was actually like, actively doing it, so I was actually in the mood to do it. But now I'm not actually in the mood to do it, but it's so easier now. So that's probably what saved it from being a D tier class. I don't know. It's probably just the fact that it mixed two of my least favorite things. Like I'm already so-so on science, and math is so two so-so classes that make it great. There we go. Computer science. For me, my computer science is more engineering, and engineering for me is like one of my favorite classes. It's not S tier because AutoCAD is a beast of his own, but it's still a good class, right? I am certified in AutoCAD, right? Yeah. Clap it up. I'm a AutoCAD certificate user, AutoCAD certified user, yeah. And it's computer science, engineering, or 3D manufacturing, what I take, right? It's a very fun class. It's fun. It's more fun near the end than it's the beginning. Because in the beginning, you literally don't know anything, and you have to learn different programs almost to be sufficient at it in order to get a grade. So because there's AutoCAD, Revit, and Inventor. In our first year, we took AutoCAD and Inventor, right? And it was the most time-consuming and back-breaking experience in my life. Because imagine you're sitting in front of it's just a big canvas that you can draw anything on, but not really draw on. Because we would make Lego men, we make Shield, the Captain America shield. We made BMW logos. Like we just make things. And they'll all be like something that, like, oh yeah, he show you step by step. But after a while, he stopped showing step by step. He show you a picture, and you have to make it. So that's when it got like really hard. But as more you go, like it was a 3-year program. So second year, he shows a picture, and we'd be know the program that he introduced Revit. So it got kind of hard again, but it's only one program. And our third year, my senior year, we really just make it whatever we wanted. And we just had to try to pass the certification, which most of us did. So it was just easy. So there you go. Next, we have English non-native. What would that be? English non-native. That's like, I can't even think of what that is. Did not take, but wanted to. Did not want to take. I don't know about English non-native. Shop. I do have a shop class. Shop is also A tier. First, it's a little bit like computer science, where it's hard at the beginning, but it's not super hard. It's more just handiwork, honestly. I'm not a super handiwork type person, so taking shop for me, I took it 3 years, surprisingly. But no, I took it 2 years, so I doubled up my last year, this year. So two basic shop classes, right? And it's more just handiwork. There's real tedious work involved. probably more tedious than computer science, honestly, which is surprisingly, like, what? But like, what was I making today? Today what was it? I was grinding some metal down. Yeah, I was grinding metal down earlier. I always had to use skills from computer science in my shop class because we have a plasma table where you can cut things out. So I'd go and design things in AutoCAD, cut them out, grind them down, sand them down, paint them, add a top coat finish. Like, it's just a whole lot of work. I think it's real rewarding. It's probably more rewarding than art, honestly, because things you make in a shop, you can't, as an art, you just make it, you look at it, but things you make in a shop, you like take home. Usually, well, for us, you can take home and you can actually like make it a part of your daily life, make it a part of like your daily, like, oh, I made this one thing in shop and now it helps me do things around the area. Like, oh, maybe I made a table in shop, like woodworking. Now I have a table in my backyard. Or when I take is at next, so I'm like welding and like things like that. So I can like weld a weld a corner joint for something I need. Like maybe, oh yeah, like my car. If I need something to weld for my car, I can just weld that, and it helps daily life things, right? Second language, non-native. This is like Spanish, D tier. Right. I'm putting this in D tier for the simple fact that it's not enough. Not enough. As in it's as it's enough to take it and be like, oh yeah, now I know a little bit of Spanish. But you're not really learning the language really. I feel like in 2 years you should at least learn, not like basic, as you should learn most of the basics, right? You're not gonna be speaking fluent Spanish, but you should at least be able to hold a simple conversation like, hello, how are you doing? But they teach you all that, but it's up to you to retain it, and it's just not there. There's no incentive to retain it, honestly. It's more like you take it in, you regurgitate it on paper, and you never use it again. There's no incentive to have it be recalled throughout the school year. Like, you might go to a lesson and like greetings, you take it once, and once you pass it, you don't have to take it again. But I feel like they should have it recalled in like different tests. I know that's just my school, but you should have it recalled different tests where it like, what, how you say this greeting, and while you're taking numbers, like, oh yeah, how you say this when you're taking numbers, because keep you on your toes. Like, if you really want to learn this language, you will learn it. And it's also just not enough. Like, in our school we have Latin and we have Spanish. What if I want to learn something different? I know Spanish is probably the second biggest language in America. Well, no, it's it is second biggest language in America. So I can understand the appeal behind wanting to learn Spanish. But what if I want to learn something different? What if I want to learn basic Mandarin, which would probably take more than 2 years, but basic Mandarin, basic Japanese, basic what's what I was looking at? German, because German is a very cool language. It's not heavily spoken here, but it's kind of spoken here more up north than I would say than down south. So it's just culinary arts is C tier. I mean, yeah, cooking, B tier now. Yeah, you're just cooking food. What I do in middle school culinary arts? It was, well, we make cookies and we bake brownies, and what was it? Make pancakes. It was simple things. We kind of learned how to cook, kind of did it. It was more about the process of cooking than like actually cooking things. They're like, let's teach about oil fire. Like, yeah, I forgot that we learned about oil fires and how to put them out, things like that. I was like, cool. You learn basic life skills, so B tier. Next, we have math, just mathematics in general. C tier, science, right?